And so we have these two premises. If they are true, and I think they are, then it follows logically and inescapably, therefore, God exists.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't follow at all. It's a complete non sequitur. To say that something exists objectively is to say that its existence is not dependent upon the existence of a subject. A subject is a being who has subjective experiences. It is a conscious entity. Since your God is presumably a conscious entity, an objective morality would, by definition, exist independently of such an entity.
This is the moral law. This is the moral argument. Now, let me make a quick comment, because I don't want anyone to misunderstand me. Many will assert that they don't need God. They don't believe in God, but they still know right and wrong. They know. I mean, I have atheists that live moral lives. That is, they don't steal. They don't murder. They try not to lie. This kind of thing. They know right and wrong. And I would say, yeah, absolutely. It's not a matter of knowing right and wrong. The theist, the Christian, and the atheist both know right and wrong.
What is right and what is wrong are not facts which can be known. When I say that something is wrong, I am simply saying that I act to oppose it. It is a statement about how I behave with regard to certain things. It is not a statement about any inherent or objective property that exists independent of me or independent of humanity.
It's written on our hearts. We said that. The question is, can they ground it? And the argument is, the atheist has no foundation to ground objective morality.
So what? I oppose the things I oppose regardless of whether my opposition has objective grounding, so it makes literally no practical difference. Also, even if I did need some grounding, why choose a God's morality as that grounding? You may say that you should choose Yahweh as a standard of morality because he exists independent of all human opinion, but so does Satan. Why should I choose to ground my morals in Yahweh instead of Satan?
Whereas the theist can say, no, we can ground it in God.
You can't give an objective reason why we ought to ground it in your God, though.
And so we could ask the question, can we be good without belief in God? The answer is yes. Atheists do it every single day. They don't believe in God, and they can live morally good lives in the sense that they're not stealing and killing and everything else. But there's a different question, not without belief in God. Can we be good without God at all? And the answer to that question is no, because there would be no goodness to begin with.
There would be no sky daddy to say that it is good, but we would still enjoy the things we see as good just as much as we would if there were no God. So what difference does it make? Why does it matter?
Because there is no foundation for good, and therefore for evil.
So the fuck what? Why should I care?
Okay? It's kind of like this. You can know what a book says. You can know what a book says while denying that there's an author. So there's the book, Green Eggs and Ham. Let's deny there's an author. The person could come along and say, listen, I don't need there to be an author because I can read this book just fine. That would make no sense, right? Yeah, of course you can read, but there would be no book in the first place unless there was an author. In the same way, listen, the atheist can know that morality exists while denying that God exists, but there would be no objective morality to know in the first place.
There is no objective morality to know. Even if there is a God, and that God dictates morality, he is a subject, and if morality is dependent upon a subject, it is, by definition, subjective. I'd like to remind you again that I do have a Patreon.